In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to bet on NBA games online. So the way you're going to be able to bet on NBA games online is using Bovada. So I'm going to place a link in the description below. By using that link, you'll be able to earn a bonus when joining Bovada. So check that out if you haven't already joined Bovada, and let's get started with this video. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to go to that link and click join. After you click join, it's going to take just a few minutes, very basic information. You're going to fill out this form over here and you're going to create an account. So that takes a few minutes. There's two ways to deposit money, and that is either by using your credit debit card or using Bitcoin, which whenever you prefer. Both of them are pretty quick. It's very basic. So there's multiple ways to make money when it comes to betting on NBA games. It's not just picking a team like, okay, the Kings are going to win or the Lakers are going to win. There's many different bets. There's actually hundreds of bets, and you can combine bets. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to basketball, or you could go to sports, or you could just go here, go to bet on basketball. And I'm going to show you guys a few different basic options on how to bet on games. And then I'll kind of touch on some more advanced ways where you could turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money. So over here, we are taking a look at the current games on the schedule for today. So if you pick the spread, you're basically picking a point total that a team's going to win by. So over here, you got the Nuggets and the Hornets. Since they're a -6, the Nuggets, that means they are the favorite over here. And -6 means they have to win by at least 6 points. If they win by at 6, you're going to just get your money refunded. So they have to win actually by 7 points or more. Okay, so if the Nuggets win by only 5, you're going to lose this bet if you pick the Nuggets. So if I pick the Nuggets over here, -6, I bet 100. And then, okay, for example, I'll win $90. So when it's a -110 or a -120, you're winning about 80 to 90% of what you put in on top of that money. So you're going to get this 100 back over here if you win this bet plus this $90, okay? So you're almost doubling your money when the odds are -105, -110, and -120. It's usually around between $80 and $90 or so. So close to a double on your money, okay? So there's many advanced options like buying points, but we're not going to touch on that. So if you think the Hornets are going to lose, but you think it's going to be a close game, right? Actually, let me use this example here over here. The Clippers and the Raptors. You think the Raptors are going to lose, but you think, hey, it's going to be a close game. Maybe they'll lose by 2 or 3 points, maybe 7 or 8. What you could do is you could pick the Raptors even though you think the Clippers are going to win, because in this specific bet, since the Clippers are a -14, that means they have to win by at least 15 points. So if you think the Clippers won't win by at least 15, so the Raptors could either win the game or they could lose by up to 13 points and even 14 points, right? Then you would just get your money refunded. So they could lose by up to 13. So you could pick them over here. They're a +14. They're the underdogs. So when there's a plus, it means they're an underdog. So you risk, let's say you're putting $1,000 in over here. You would win $869 as long as the Toronto Raptors don't lose by more than 13 points. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And the other way to bet is money line. So that's when you go under win. So with the money line, what you're doing is you're simply picking a team to win. It doesn't matter if they win by 1 or they win by 100. So we'll use the same example. You got the Clippers and the Raptors. So the Raptors are a +700. The Clippers are a -1200. Why? Because the Clippers are a heavy favorite. That means you're not going to win that much money. So let's say you want to bet $100, for example, right? You would only win $8 if the Clippers win. But that same 100, you're going to win 700 if the Raptors win, because they're a +700 and they are a heavy, I should say they are a underdog. So hopefully that makes sense. And the reason why I love Bovada is because of the different bets they have. Look at how many different bets they have for each game. 175, 127, 164, 177. And I'm going to go into those in just a second, but let me show you guys something really cool. I know I'm talking fast. I like to make things very quick because people don't get to the point when they're making videos. So over here, you can combine multiple games, bet a small amount of money, and you could 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 exit, okay? You could bet on all these games, and if you were to hit that bet, you would turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money. But let's just pick a couple bets over here, okay? I'm going to just randomly pick. Actually, let me go back to basketball over here. Go to NBA. So we're going to pick a few different bets randomly, okay? So we got the Nuggets over here. We'll take the -6. Now we'll take this one over here. We'll take the Timberwolves. We'll take the Clippers. And we'll take the Heat. We'll take the Bulls. Actually, let me just do all of them real quick, okay? I'm just randomly picking. You're just picking one for each one. Let's just say you want to bet on like all these games. And obviously, this is a very small chance to hit all these, right? There's probably a lot of games on, probably 10 or 12, how many ever there are today. So let's say you want to bet on all of them, right? This is a plus 128,687, okay? So if you hit all 11 of these, let's say you put in $100, right? This is how much money you would win. You would turn $100 into $128,000. Obviously, the chances of hitting this are very, very small. But if you picked all of them right and you hit, right? So you could pick all of them. You could do 2 or 3, okay? So if you do 3, you usually win about 6 times your money. So you could play around with that. If you guys have any questions on this, be sure to comment. But this is pretty cool. You could take a small amount of money, turn it into a large amount of money, right? So you want to put in $10, potentially turn $10 into $12,000. Put in $10 a day, right? Try to hit all of them. You're going to turn that small amount of money into a large amount of money. So the other thing you could do is live betting. The games aren't going on right now, but you could live bet while the games are going on and these odds change. And we're going to quickly click on this over here, plus 175. So there's so many different bets on games. I'm not going to really go over all of them, but you could bet on specific players, whether they'll score a certain amount of points. Terry Rozier, what are the odds of him having 25 points, 25 plus points, and 3 plus 3-point field goals made? That's a plus 150. So many different things over here. You could check it out for yourself. You could bet on total amount of points. You don't even have to pick a winner. How many points in the first quarter? What's the spread? In the first quarter, are the Nuggets going to be up by a few points, over, under, you name it. There's so many different options. So what I suggest you guys do is create an account over here. You don't even have to deposit money. Right now, I'm not even logged into my account, and just mess around with it, right? Maybe you could start with a small amount of money, whatever you're comfortable with. But when it comes to betting on basketball or any sports, Bovada is the go-to place for me. I've been doing it for years. And the thing I love about Bovada is all these different things you have. It's not just basketball, right? They have all sports. If I click on sports over here, and it's not just basketball, right? You name it. They have all the sports, all sports A to Z over here. They have a casino, so when games aren't going on, I know some people like gambling, right? They like playing all these different games, so you can mess around with these games over here. And the great thing is when you use that link, you're going to be able to get a bonus. So be sure to check that link out in the description. There's a live dealer. There's poker. There's horse racing. So whatever you like. But in this video, I wanted to touch on basketball because it's favorite sport, and that's what I'm usually betting on right now. So let me know what bets you guys are placing. If you guys have any questions, comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.